Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Crochet for Baby. In today's tutorial I will show you how to do this hat. It's the same hat that I showed you how to do for baby. I believe it was number 84. I showed you that I think about a week ago, and we're using stitch number 81. It's a reversible stitch, as you can see. This type of hat is like a slouchy kind of type of hat. It's very nice and loose. You can also wear it with a fold just like this, and it looks very nice. Today I'm going to be using red heart yarn number 4, and I'm using a 5.5 crochet hook. To begin, we need to do our chain. I have a chain here that I have 78 chains, and what I did was I measured it around my head, and this is what I got. So to begin, I may have some extra stitches at the end. That's not, I did that on purpose because I need this stitch or this row to finish at a certain stitch, which is the fan stitch. So I wasn't sure how many I would need for that. So, but to begin, we need to do a double crochet on the 4th chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3 on the 4th chain, we need to do a double crochet. On the next chain, we also need to do another double crochet. We're going to leave 1, 2, and on the 3rd chain after that, we're going to do a fan, which is 2 double crochets in this same stitch, separated by 1 chain, and again 2 double crochets in that same space. There we go. We're going to do 1, 2, and on the 3rd again we're going to do another double crochet. And again another one. So total 3 double crochets on each of these 3 chains. Again, we're going to repeat our fan, 1, 2. On the 3rd one, I'm going to do another fan, which is double crochet in the same stitch, chain 1, and 2 more double crochets. This is your sequence. Continue this way, and I will meet you at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I've made it here to the end. As you can see, I ended with a fan, and I have 4 stitches here that I have left over. I'm just going to undo this knot here and undo them, but we're going to do that towards the end once we start doing the top of the hat. But for now, we're going to join. In total, I have 9 fan stitches and 8 fan stitches and 8 groups of 3 double crochets. If that helps you in any way. In total, after you take away these chains that I have left over, I only needed 74 chains if you decide to do a hat the same size as I'm doing for an adult. So here I'm going to join. I'm just going to make sure that this first row is not twisted or anything. I'm just going to insert my hook here where I have the 3 chains that we started with. I'm going to insert my hook and do a slip stitch. To do the next row, I'm going to do 3 chains, and these 2 stitches that I have here, I am going to work this stitch here, a front post double crochet on the first one, and a front post double crochet on the next one. And here in the fans, I'm going to work just a regular fan. 2 double crochets, 1 chain, and 2 double crochets in the same space. And then I have another group of 3 double crochets. I'm going to work a front post double crochet, front post double crochet on the next double crochet, and another front post double crochet. All of these double crochets here, these groups of 3, we're going to work them in front post double crochet, and then another fan here. There we go. So this is how you're going to work the second row. Continue this way, and I will meet you at the end of this row to show you what we need to do for the 3rd row. Okay, I'm here at the end. I worked my last fan stitch. I'm going to join here to the beginning of the second row with a slip stitch, and to do our third chain in any, third row in any rows after this, you're going to continue until you have the length that you want your hat to be. I have 21 rows for this hat here, and I like the way that that looks with that size, but it's up to you. You can do it short, you can do it long, and this is a very versatile stitch. Like I said, you can make it small, you can make it as large as you want. It's all up to you. So you're going to do the third row the same as you did the second row, which is you're going to do 3 chains, work a front post double crochet here, front post double crochet on the next, and your fan right here, which is 2 double crochets separated by 1 chain, and 2 double crochets again in that same space. There we go. And again a double crochet, front post double crochet, front post double crochet on these 3 double crochets that we have here, front post double crochet. Continue this way until you have the desired length of your hat, and I'll meet you here again once we have completed to show you what we need to do at the top of the hat. So I'll see you then. Okay, I'm here at the end. I just finished my last fan stitch. Now I'm going to join here with a slip stitch to the beginning, and this is how I do it. I already cut my yarn. I pull it nice and tight, and I just make sure to hide this this piece of yarn that's left over. And now we're going to move over to this other end. My hat, I did 19 rows. It's up to you how long you want it. I wanted it nice and long. So here at this end on the other side, what we're going to do is, if you remember, I had 4 stitches. I undid those four stitches. And this is what I have left over. This is the yarn. What I'm going to do, just not to waste yarn, is I'm going to join these 2 ends. This is the yarn that I cut when I finished the bottom of the hat. I'm just going to make a knot and join these 2 ends. That's the knot. Just pull it and then cut. I'm going to cut these ends, and there's my knot. Now it's not going to come undone. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, if you remember, we had not joined this side with this side, and we're going to do that now. So if you see here, we have this fan that we did on the first row. There's a little hole in here on top, where that's where we did the chain that we worked that fan in. So I'm just going to insert my hook, pull a loop, and now I have a loop in my hook. I'm going to insert it here on this end, pull a loop, and do a slip stitch. Now we're joined. Both sides are joined. So for this row, we're going to chain 1, and immediately in this space here, I'm going to work a single crochet. I'm going to work a single crochet between these 2 double crochets, a single crochet here in this space, a single crochet here where we did the fan, and a single crochet. You're going to work single crochets all around. Just wherever you see a space, just work a single crochet there. And then I'll meet you here at the end, or at the beginning of the row, to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this row. What I need to do now is I'm going to join with the beginning with a slip stitch to the first single crochet that we did. There we go. I'm going to chain 1, and now this row and the next ones to come, we're going to work a reduction row. So on the first one here, I'm just going to insert my hook, pull up a loop. On the next single crochet, I'm going to insert my hook again and close. This is a reduction stitch. On the next one, on the next stitch, I'm just going to work a regular single crochet, and then on the next single crochet, I'm going to insert my hook. On the next one also, I'm going to insert my hook when I have 3 loops, and close. Work this row this way. Do 1 normal single crochet and a reduction stitch, all around, and I will meet you here at the beginning where we started to show you what we need to do next. I would recommend putting a stitch marker like I'm going to do here, just so that we know where we started these reduction rows. Okay, I'll see you back here to show you what the next step is. Okay, I'm here at the end of this row. I worked a single crochet. Now I need to, here, this is where we would join with a slip stitch. We're not going to do that now. What we're going to do is just work another round without joining, as if it were a normal round. So here I did my single crochet. I need to do a reduction stitch. I'm just going to insert my hook here, pull up a loop, insert my hook in the next stitch, pull up a loop, and do a reduction stitch. And the next one I'm going to do a single crochet, and on the next two I'm going to work a reduction stitch. There we go, a single crochet. This is the same way we did that last row we just finished. So I need to do a reduction stitch here. So work in this way until you come to the end, and I will show you what we need to do again once we're here. Okay, I'm here at the end. I just need to work one more reduction stitch, which is this one here, and I'm going to join here to this stitch here with a slip stitch, and that completes this reduction row. I already cut my yarn. I'm just going to pull it through. That completes these reductions row. So we're left with this big hole here. What I like to do is I'm going to pull a loop here on this stitch and tie a loop. I think I cut my yarn a little too short, but we'll make it work. So, and I'm going to introduce this yarn here. Actually, I'm going to tie a little bit more because I cut it too short. Just going to tie it and cut my ends. And cut it a little bit longer this time. Okay, so I'm going to just introduce this end here to my needle, and I'm going to weave this this piece of yarn every other stitch. So here, 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 every other stitch is fine. And I think this is where I need one more, because this is where my loop is. I'm just going to weave it through there and pull this to close my hole. There we go. And you know, I like to use this little loop here that I left to tie a nice knot. Just pull this really hard and tie it. You may want to do this on the side that you're not going to see, but for me the other side is the good side, or the side that I like. And we're just going to cut this once it's done. We're going to turn it over, and as you can see, this is what the top looks like. It looks very nice and even. Just going to remove that stitch marker, and this is what the hat looks like. I'll just make sure to weave in all my ends, but for now this is what it looks like, my adult hat. There we go. Here's the original one. You can see this is a different type of yarn, that's why it's a little bit more loose. This one here is Red Heart, I believe that's what I used. I like this yarn. And that completes today's tutorial. I hope you like it. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.